Ken in Austin, Texas.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
I can't believe we got a caller from Austin.
Yeah, down here in Austin, Texas, not far from 5th Street.
Why didn't you just come on over?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I...
You were on hold long enough to get here from almost anywhere in town.
Oh my goodness, that first caller killed me. Like, the ignorance was astounding. Thank you so much for hanging up on him. Yeah, I watch you guys on YouTube all the time. I think your videos are great. I wanted to kind of hop back on topic of the show, if that's all right.
Please do.
That's rare,
Okay.
too.
Okay. You guys were talking about earlier about like the conflicts we have. Specifically, I want to dial in on kind of like the Islamic wars and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think basically what it comes down to is that I believe something and you believe something, and we believe it so strongly, and we don't want to mold our society by it so much that we're willing to die for it, right? I think that's what a lot of people believe, but having that foundation of what you believe being so strong, you know, it's almost a spiritual pipe dream. I want to say, I'm willing to die for this belief because I know that I'm going to go to heaven, or I'm willing to die for this belief because I know I'm going to have 85, chicks up in heaven.
I would kind of turn that around. It's like, reality is not going to be made any better or more truthful by my dying. So I can't improve it with my death.
Right.
Maybe I can improve the experience of some of the other folks, but not reality. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this idea of being willing to die for something. To some extent, it may be hyperbolic in some instances, figurative, but there are definitely people who are in fact willing to die for what they believe. And the problem is that the truth of what they believe isn't impacted anyway by who believes it, how long they believed it, how sincerely they believed it, or whether they're willing to kill or die for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at the 9/11 attackers. Would you say their beliefs are true because they were willing to die for their beliefs?
Yeah.
No.
Right. Yeah. So I would say all the more important than what happens after death. Some people believe you go to heaven or whatever it is. I'm an atheist. I don't think that any of that happens. However, I did want to hear your thoughts on what you thought about near-death experiences or out-of-body experiences, or like the astral realm, or the belief that your spirit exists beyond life.
So far as I can tell, there's no good reason to think that there's anything that's actually a spirit or a soul. Matter of fact, somebody made a great point at dinner the other night that this notion that when the soul leaves the body, they weighed it and all this, and we already know that's bunk. But if in fact that were true, then that would mean that the soul is material, that it has mass, et cetera. So we don't know everything about the brain. We probably will never know everything about the brain, but we do know enough by studying defective brains, and we do know enough about how the brain works, that all of the things that have traditionally been associated with a soul, my character, my preferences, the things that I like, the me of me, all takes place in the brain and can all be reset and altered and modified. And so I don't see any room left for a soul. I don't see that the idea of a soul makes any sense. And when we look at things like near-death experiences, first of all, you're near death. And what's going on there? Well, you've got a brain that's deprived of oxygen, that's not functioning correctly. Why would you think that would be more reliable, the information that you glean from that? But the problem extends further because of what we know about memory and how memories are manufactured. And if someone is dead, clinically dead, and they are resuscitated, such that they return to life or remain alive, however you want to look at it or phrase it, because death is a process that, how long does somebody have to be dead before they're actually dead? But what we know about the way memories are constructed is that it's a better, more likely explanation, or it seems like it's a more likely explanation, that what they think they experienced during this time that they were dead is actually invented by the brain after they're revived by piecing together bits and pieces from before the brain stopped functioning and after the brain returned to function to try to make sense of this gap and this experience. And there's no reason to think that the ideas, and even though they are perceived as memories, actually point to something that's true.
Right, not to mention that they may even be heavily colored by the ambient,